Okay.
1, 2, 3. I think, yeah.
There you go.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let me see how I look. Pretty fucking. Eddie, thanks, man, for doing this, man. I really appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem.
Some of the
man.
guys couldn't make it today, but I think if we get the ball rolling on this, I think it'll be some good traction.
No, of course, man. Anything for the band, really, to help them out.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you, how did you first get into playing music? Like, what is it that kind of inspired you to pick up an instrument and say, okay, I actually want to play this? What was your family musicians, or were you self-taught? Like, what was the story here?
Well, my dad, he used to play the keys. He used to play guitar.
Oh, nice.
My mom would sing here and there. And I just think it's in our blood because my older brother, he plays drums. My oldest sister, she plays, what's that little tiny piccolo? Yeah, piccolo.
Yeah.
And I started playing music when I was in the 6th grade. I was playing a baritone saxophone.
Oh, okay, so you started off with wind instruments?
Yeah.
Was that through school?
Yeah, on the 6th grade.
So when did you pick up a bass?
Probably when I was 18.
Oh, snap. So it wasn't until later, huh?
Yeah. No, before the bass, it was the drums. My dad got us a kid, and me and my brother would be the ones just right there just playing, trying to figure it out, playing to the Offspring, Iron Maiden, Pantera, just playing along to it. Nice. But eventually, I just stopped playing the drums. My brother took over it, and I said, screw it, I'll just pick up a bass. I've always been a fan of the bass, always, but...
And you guys would jam within your family or with friends and stuff?
Just between me and my brother.
Okay.
Yeah, me and my brother. My brother's more into the, I guess you can say the video game type music.
Oh yeah, dude, that stuff's pretty.
So
pretty
I would just play along with him, or any other songs that I would know. We'll just hammer it out. So Maiden and stuff like that.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
That's dope. So how did your music taste kind of progress over the years? After you picked up a bass, did you start listening to more bass, heavy kind of songs after that, or how'd you end up all the way into reggae?
I mean,
from Pantera, that's crazy.
I mean, my music taste has changed a lot. I mean, I've gone through my EDM stage, my hip hop stage. I'm telling you, trance, all that stuff, to death metal, Cannibal Corpse. Type stuff to now progressive metal, Plini, Animals as Leaders, stuff like that. So technical stuff I like. But it was actually Enrique. Enrique was the one that put me into to reggae, because I've always just been listening to metal and stuff like that. And I've always liked reggae. It just never drove me to try. So when he told me about it, I just started listening to it here and there, and then the bug just caught and just started liking it.
Nice. Yeah. It's kind of nice to kind of tone it down from all the craziness.
Oh, yeah.
And what's cool, too, is that I see Ricky implement this a lot. Is I know he came back from kind of a metal background, too. Mm-hmm. And I hear it in the way he's playing, Sometimes he does some of the progressive solos within a reggae kind of beat. And it blends so well, dude. So would you say you picked up a lot of influences from your old metal days, and are you implementing them now into the music? Or is it something completely different, new territory?
Nah, it's new territory, because I'm used to odd times, fast, and just quick. More reggae is more, in my eyes, it's more technical. A lot of people can say that it's simple, but once you actually start digging into it, looking at the grooves, how the beats, meet up with each other, accents and stuff like that, it's pretty technical. Because if a bass drags or if the kick drum drags, you can feel it. The funk, the whole song's just off.
Yeah, right. It's very bass driven.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of what hooks you, what catches you. And yeah, if you're a bass player, I think it's very important to get that. I guess what would you call it? That technique down of groove.
Yeah.
It really moves the people, and you can feel it through kind of the dead spaces. It'll just carry all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I use a lot of funk influences. And that's where when I started playing, for Selohsa, it was, now I'm in the world of reggae, so I need to find something to help me. So I always usually would go back to my funk days and just think about
kind
like
of
what
pull
would I
from
do?
that?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
just
really cool.
so like sounds or stops, ghost notes, and like things like that, just to kind of help give it a little flavor.
Would you say that's been helping out a lot?
Yeah, no, yeah, but then also too, learning a little bit about music and how it works. You know, now I can hear what's going on and like can construct something really quick, or like reference something like, oh, okay, we're here, so I can do this or I can do that. But just really try to support, you know, the band when it comes to like, well, playing the bass.
Yeah, man. I saw you got a new bass. It looks dope. It sounds
Yes.
cool. So,
Yes.
what do you look for in a bass when you're let's say you're gonna go choose one tomorrow? You're in this reggae band. What kind of things are you looking for in the bass that'll help you make that decision?
Well, when I went into the store to pick up this Sterling, I just thought about, okay, what kind of tones are we looking for? You know, what sounds? And, you know, I can always go to everyone's favorite, a jazz Fender, and just go with that one and, you know, turn down everything and kind of make it sound, you know, dubby and stuff. But I like, I guess, going against the grain on things. So I mean, there's a lot of people that use the Music Man, like bass, but I don't know, just something about it just pulls me to it. The sound, the humbucker sounds, the two humbuckers right there, it just sounds good.
What do you like about those?
The growl, the low end growl.
Okay.
So whenever you pop, slap, it just pops out.
It just bleeds through it. It cuts through.
Yeah, and then it has that MIDI sound, that mid, like it has that nice mid range sound that.
Like the warm, you know, not too protruding, but not too like pulled back.
Yeah,
it's kind of
and it's versatile as hell. You can do a lot of things with it. Even with the flat wounds that I have on the labellas, you pop it, slap it, whatever, and the pickups do a good job of pulling those sounds out.
Nice.
So, yeah, I enjoy it. I mean, I'm coming from a 6-string to a 4-string, or back to a 4-string.
How's that transition been?
It's like holding a straw now. It's just easy to move around. I mean, I have tiny hands, okay?
Yeah.
So on a 6-string, I don't know if you ever noticed, my fingers would just be like this, trying to cover all the strings. And I got used to it.
Your palm would be like way out here.
Yeah.
You're basically playing with your forearm.
Yeah. And but playing on a 4-string again, it's easy. So now I'm used to stretching and just doing things.
It's like butter.
Yeah, but it's also trying to translate some of the songs that we have that I use the B string on.
Oh, that's
back
right.
to a 4-string to like Passing Time. I have to down tune to drop D so I can hit the D note.
Just for that song? Mm-hmm. Do you have to do that on any other songs?
So Passing Time was probably really the only one where I had to down tune the E string to D, just because I use that D string or that D note on the B string. So it pops out, but now I can hear it that it just sounds more throaty because it's an open string ringing now.
Yeah.
So it's fun. So doing that part too, and that's, like I said, learning a little bit about music. I was able on the fly to just, okay, I need to detune it and play right here.
That's right. That's where those things come in handy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that would be kind of annoying to perform that, right? Kind of like between songs, you have to.
I mean, it's only
down real quick and then tune back up.
But if you know, like, if you know what to hit, so like if I want to tune back up to the E sound or to the E, I just hold the 7th fret on the A string. That's an E. Just match it. There you go.
I have an idea. Why don't you just buy 4 different bass guitars and then just have them on the rack?
So my next purchase is going to be a 5-string.
Yeah, I was joking.
No, I am going to need a 5-string, man.
Yeah, all right, you're ahead of me, dude.
So yeah.
So yeah, just have 2 different bass guitars on stage and kind of just swap them out like a fucking rock star. Mm-hmm. That'd be dope. How many pedals do you have right now?
Right now, I only use 4.
4?
Yeah.
What do they do? What are they?
So I have a electronic harmonics. What was it? Battalion, and that one's the preamp, so that helps push and boost the signal of the bass. And then that goes into our dark glass. I forgot what it's one of the dark glass distortion pedals, and that's just there to select some frequencies and boost them. So if I ever want to cut through, I engage it, and those mids get boosted, then I bleed through. So like a solo or something like that, I can stand out more. And but before all that, it goes into a walrus sound, I think, or walrus audio compressor just to kind of tame down the bass a little bit before it goes into the preamp.
Gotcha.
I mean, I'm still trying to figure the order, like the chains and all that stuff. So it's just a matter of messing with it and figuring out.
Yeah, you got to find that sweet spot too, where you're not moving it too much between songs.
Yeah. No, yeah. I try to find just one setting that it just works, and if I need to change like the tone or something, I just rather do it from the bass itself than hunch over and try to do something like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Man. So you recently got into like, let's call it just producing what it is, you know, and I feel like you've been doing pretty good on that. I just want to ask, like, how did you first start getting into it? Like, were you already kind of like passionate about it and this was your chance, or did you just decide to pull the plug and say, all right, I'm just gonna do this from scratch, you know?
So I've always had a love for it ever since the Xbox, the original one, the fucking big ass box. Using the Mac TV, I think it was the Studio Produce or something like that, but it was an MTV like beat making game. So I would just mess with hours just messing with that. And that was during my EDM like phase of just listening to that music and just doing it over and over and over again. Eventually I got FL Studios, messed with it for a bit.
Right. Yeah.
And then with time I just, life happens. I fell out of it, had a family, married, life moved on. So recently, now with the band and seeing the potential that we can, do some stuff, I said, screw it. Let me see if I can just rekindle this and start it again. So I just bought a Ableton and just started messing with it. Then little by little, again, just playing with it here, getting some motivation from a source or inspiration or whatever it is. Now it's just a matter of just doing it. And I've always had a passion for music, always. I mean, even my little girl, if I'm playing on the bass or on the piano, she'll come along with me. I have to have a little tiny setup for her so she can sit there and just play along with me. So I've always had a love for music.
That's dope, man. You mentioned inspiration and motivation. What do you do for that, for motivation and inspiration? Do you already kind of have this motivation kind of like burning a little bit, or are there certain things that you see other people doing maybe that kind of motivate you to do more, or is it just your own kind of like reach for success, that's kind of driving you?
That's kind of a battle. I think that's with everybody. It comes with the ups and downs of trying to motivate yourself to do things. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not that type that. Well, I used to be not that type, I guess, but to where, I would push myself to do things and, try to get, achieve stuff and like get it done. And so I kind of use that kind of empty, it sounds kind of sad or lame, whatever, but this is what I'm feeling. That kind of empty feeling that you have sometimes where you're just like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Where am I at in life? And, you just evaluate everything.
Yeah, you take a step back.
Yeah. And then from there, I just start saying, you know what? Do what you love.
Yeah, you start focusing on the things that matter when you get rid of all the noise.
So I use music really to kind of try to block that crap from my head and to really try to push myself to go into a more positive, way. Instead of just, I can't do it or this and that. I'd rather just try. It's better than to try than not. Right. So inspiration's really just I dig it from within. Whatever I'm feeling at time, or if a thought passes through, it sounds good, I'll record it, voice memo, a bass line or a melody, whatever it hits me, I will literally pull out my phone and just do.
Nice. So would you say it's kind of like a form of therapy?
Of course, music heals, man. I'm a believer in that. Music really does connect someone to somebody else. I've figure it out to like these new coworkers that I have. And they all say they like it, even though they're the ones that like norteños, corridos, and stuff like that. So, but they connect to it, then they're like, it sounds really chill. Like I can see myself. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'm just a believer in that through music. Everything should be good. Everything melts together right, and I don't know. You can't ruin a good vibe.
No, yeah. I feel like music is definitely like a deep connector, for individuals. And I think I heard Kendrick Lamar say something like, anytime you sing or you rap, and these aren't his exact words, but it goes something like this: like when he's singing, when he's rapping, you know, someone out there doesn't know the words or doesn't know how to put together the words, you know. So when they hear it and it hits them, you know, it gives them kind of like this outlet to express how they're feeling, you know. And they wouldn't have that song otherwise. They wouldn't be able to express that certain emotion, that certain feeling.
Yeah, just be righteous. Be righteous about things.
Yeah, just be true to yourself, true to your, you know, your own actions and stuff. And I think you could really connect with people like that. People would understand that you're being real, you know. That's what people want out there. They want someone that's real. You know?
No, I've seen it through our shows, man. Like we'll play, you know, you'll see the crowd just kind of whatever, and then a couple of songs pass by, somebody looks, and then the groove starts, and then they just come out. I mean, you see it. You see it.
Even between bands, like let's say a couple bands go up first, and then there's just one certain band that really engages everyone, you know. And so, what's the difference between that band that stands out and those other bands that kind of just blend in with the noise? They're kind of just filling up the time slots and stuff.
Connections, man.
Yeah,
you can't.
I feel like originality.
You got to connect too.
In the music and the way they sing, like the style of playing, you know,
presence,
it really cuts
style,
through
everything.
The noise, you know, and that's cool. I feel like we're on a good trajectory to get there. I don't think we're there yet, but I feel like if we spend more time in the studio and at home and stuff and on stage, like we're really going to be able to kind of just dial in that sound that we're after.
Yeah, because I know 100% sure that, or I'm 100% sure that there's still a lot of things that we have to do, everybody, and I just feel like we just have to find that lane to get us through and just push through everything.
Yeah. I also think once we start getting more traction and then we start getting more tasks added onto the stuff we have to do, then we don't really have time to kind of push things to the side anymore because there's that pressure of let's say a deadline, you know, a show or something over a recording date. You know? So I feel like that's also like an important metric, you know, traction. You know, they say an object in motion will remain in motion until it's stopped by, you know, some sort of opposing force. In this case, it'd be like procrastination, probably, or just life. You know, it kind of gets in the way. That has its own strong pull.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can't do anything if it's life. It's life. You can't do anything about it.
Yeah. So being in a band it's almost kind of like owning a business in its own way, right? It's not just the music, and it's really hard for musicians to kind of like have that distinction between I'm a musician, but I'm also let's say a business owner, because there's so many different areas of the business that you have to manage, like sales, booking shows, you know, merchandise that's involved with some logistics maybe, you know. So what do you feel a musician should be prepared with when they join a band, or let's say they're in a band and they want to expand, you know, like what do you think are some of the main areas that they should focus on when trying to expand?
I mean, me, in this day and age, the way I see it, you gotta have that online presence, because it's just, I mean, what else are you going to use to try to get your stuff out there?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think radio stations are really going to help out anymore, or, you know, you have to have that presence on social media.
Definitely, yeah.
And then the other thing too is, I mean, it's going to be equipment. You got to be prepared. You're going to go out to a gig or to a venue or whatever, and, you know, they tell you, oh, I thought you guys were going to bring a PA and we don't have a PA or something like that. You got to be prepared. So the investment on the equipment. So you got to manage it too as well, because, you know, things wear and tear, repairs. So you got to do what you can to try to manage all that. And then as far as booking shows, that's a really tough one. I mean, yeah, you can just cold call, but
you need to have that online presence in order, you know, to convince them.
Exactly.
After you cold call.
Yeah,
otherwise
because
they'll be cold calling with nothing to show.
Exactly. Now it's that you have to have the some audience or some attraction to bring it to somebody, because this guy has value because he has followers, or, you know, they have a following or whatever. Yeah, exactly. They show also too. They show the seriousness of, you know, of us with this project. And it's the same thing too when it comes to like music that we want to release. We got to have, you know, catalog, you know, content. We got to have something, because again, you got to have that social media presence. Just to even get your foot in the door into anywhere. Try getting a gig. You're like, hey, I just want to play in your bar or whatever. Yeah. Oh, how many followers do you have? 2. Yeah.
What do you think about these social media trends that bands have been doing? Like all these different bands try different videos and stuff. Some try to go for the funny, kind of reel or TikTok, or like some try to go for like the point of view where they're kind of just singing into the mic. What kind of strategy do you think is most effective or would be most effective?
I mean, I think it's just down to the style of the band. I mean, if the band's a bunch of goofy guys and make a goofy video,
yeah.
If everybody's stay true to the character of the band, a reggae band, and next we're right here doing like a heavy metal thing or whatever. Is like there's no connection, or we try to make it funny, but if it's the style of the band and it fits it, then why not? I mean, everybody's gonna find their niche.
Yeah. What do you think the style of Selohsa would be?
Probably comedy.
Comedy?
Yeah.
Like how?
How?
Kind of like, I feel like it's more like relaxed, laid back, not comedy necessarily, but kind of like
backyard.
Yeah,
okay.
Kind of like camaraderie kind of stuff.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Let's see. How important are colors in the marketing logo? You would say, like, is color a very important thing, or like a logo design, or do you think the band makes the logo stand out, or like?
I mean, you're not gonna sit there and admire the logo on something. You're like, wow, it's a pretty logo. Exactly. I mean, what's
take my money.
Exactly? Like it's gonna be like, they sound like shit. But God bless them, they have a nice logo or whatever. Yeah. The music's the music.
What about color scheme? Do you think it needs to match with the type of music?
Nah, do whatever you want, man. If it's good, it's good. If it's not, it's not. I mean, it's up to interpretation, right? If it fits it, it fits it. I mean, there's a couple of bands I've seen where their album covers, it's all like neon.
Yeah, I find that those kind of colors seem to work a lot.
Yeah.
Bright colors.
Well, yeah, it's bright. Catches
it.
It.
Grabs people's attention.
Mm-hmm.
Like Tekashi, his whole vibe is like the bright colors, neon kind of thing. Even his hair is like all purple and stuff. There's this band called Bikini Trail too. They also use they incorporate a lot of neon colors and flowers and mushrooms and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like yes, for some reason neon colors seem to work.
Well, yeah, I mean they're bright. Freaking catch your eye and stuff.
Yeah, it's dope. I like it. Well, Eddie, man, thanks for coming on.
No,
dude.
Thank you, Alex.
I appreciate you bringing your stuff, being open with me, answering all the questions, man. And I hope to see you next week. Hopefully to catch another podcast with Ricky or another one of the guys.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we should do this more often.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
All right, man.
Cool.
All right, cool, man.